again, friends. It's Miss Becky with the Asheboro Public Library. I'm still sticking around on my porch, and it's another rainy day, so today I thought we would try some rain painting. Rain painting is when you use some old chalk, like sidewalk chalk, or maybe an old watercolor set, or even some food coloring, and we're going to experiment with putting it on some watercolor paper or some thick paper and letting the rain do the rest, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun experiment, and so I'm looking forward to trying it with you. So the first thing I did was I just took some sidewalk chalk and put some paper towels down, and then I just took a dull knife and just kind of chopped away at it and scraped away until I got some little powdery pieces, and then I went over to some paper and I just sprinkled them on the paper. Now I'm going to take this outside and put it in the rain, and we'll see what happens. It's looking pretty good now, so I think I'm going to carefully bring it in and put it on an old towel to dry. So one fun way to do rain painting is to take an old watercolor set. This is also a good way to recycle an old set if you only have like a little bit of color left. And I turned it over and I pressed out the watercolor paint pad until it just was kind of like this powdery paint left. And then you can use your knife or the back of a knife to make this into even smaller pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange them onto the paper and then put them out in the rain, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to just set this out in the rain. It's got, I put some red and orange and yellow watercolor paint that was pieces on there, and we'll just see what it does. Okay, I carefully brought this one in to dry, and I set it on an old towel, and let's see how the colors sort of mix together. You can even experiment with lifting up the paper a little bit in different directions and seeing what happens when the paint goes down. So for this rain painting, I think I'm just going to experiment with a little bit of food coloring. Just put some drops on here. And we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm just gonna set it out here in the rain and we'll see what happens. Wow, look what happened to this one with the food coloring. It's starting to make a puddle, so I'll just let that part drip off. Ooh. For this rain painting, I put some watercolor pieces just on one side of the paper, and then after it rained on the paper for a while, I lifted it up like this and let it drip down, and let gravity do some work. And then I thought, it kind of looks like water plants, like under the water, like underwater plants. And so I thought, hey, I'm going to cut out some little fish shapes from the warm colored rain painting, the orange and the red and the yellow, and then I will put them down here so it looks like fish are swimming underwater. I hope you enjoyed making your rain painting today. Maybe you even made a rainbow, sort of like I did. I can't wait to see what you came up with. If you please send your rain paintings to asheborochildrensroom@gmail.com. We would love to put them up in our gallery. This is Miss Becky with the Asheboro Public Library. I will see you next time when we stick around.